Pistons, Cavs adding new flavor to a long-standing East rivalry. In the beginning, there was Dave Bing versus Bingo Smith. A few years later, Bob Lanier was banging in the low post against Jim Chones. Tyrannosaurus meets Brontosaurus in the NBA's Jurassic era. Fast forward a decade or so and it was Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars matched up on Mark Price and Ron Harper, with Brad Daugherty and Hot Rod Williams in bruising combat with Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn. Hall of Famers Lenny Wilkens and Chuck Daly on the sidelines gave a classy, coiffed veneer to what really was bare-knuckle basketball. 20 years ago, young LeBron James was taking on that championship ensemble from Detroit. Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace and company were the first foes who had James looking around for more help, before Boston's deeper numbers sent him packing for South Beach. And now, we're in the midst of a true renewal of the Cleveland Cavaliers-Detroit Pistons 55-year-old rivalry. When the teams meet for the third time this season, Friday in prime time at Little Caesars Arena, 7 p.m. ESPN, they'll do so as legitimate contenders in the Eastern Conference. Each has designs on a finals berth that seems attainable out of the wide-open East, with a likelihood that one will have to go through the other for 4 to 7 games before the end of May. From their current positions, Detroit leads the conference at 43-14, Cleveland is fourth at 37-23. A possible showdown would come in the Eastern Conference semifinals. A move up by the Cavaliers could nudge it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Either way, fans and viewers win. Fundamentally, Pistons-Cavs should be an NBA hate connection on par with Celtics-Lakers, Knicks-Sixers or Bulls-Bucks. All of those rivalries have essential ingredients, some mix of proximity, history, and contempt-filled familiarity to drag decades of grudges and bad blood into each fresh meeting. The odd truth about this one is that it's been more episodic than constant. The reason, at most points in their shared 56 years of existence, only one or the other could be taken seriously as a threat. Only 13 times since Cleveland entered the league via expansion in 1970 have both the Pistons and the Cavaliers finished better than .500 in the regular season. This would be the 14th. That leaves 42 years in which one or the other or both were relegated to the NBA's undercard, including 22 of 29 since 1997. The last time both Detroit and Cleveland were formidable enough to each reach 50 victories, a pace at which they're both winning this season. Back in 2007. It just so happens that spring provided the pinnacle of this on-again, off-again rivalry. The Pistons were in the thick of their last dominant run, reaching the East Finals 6 consecutive times and the postseason in 10 of 11 years. The Cavaliers were ascending with James, role players and mismatched parts who got the franchise that deep in the postseason only twice before. In a grinding series played almost entirely below 100 points, winners and losers, Game 5 proved pivotal not just in the moment but to both teams' futures. James, then 22, scored Cleveland's final 25 points and 29 of its last 30 for a 109-107 victory in double overtime. The Cavs eliminated the Pistons 2 nights later to reach their first of 5 finals, 4 after James returned from Miami from 2014-18. The Pistons haven't gotten out of the East since, having been bumped from the first round in 4 of their 5 playoff appearances since 2007-08. They made one last East Finals in 2007-08. Hamara Channel co-subscribe Karna Madbulna.